Good morning. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us today. I'm Nilanjana Dash, your host for this insightful session organized by SEMS Welfare Foundation. Today's topic, building confidence and personal branding at workplace, is an essential and empowering subject that plays a major role in shaping one's professional identity and career journey. SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered nonprofit organization, is dedicated to social impact across various sectors with a key focus on education, skill development, and entrepreneurship. Through our DG Saksham initiative, we have developed training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship impacting over 6,000 individuals. Partnered with bank to place 1,500 plus candidates in job, establish ourselves as a driving force for positive change by equipping individuals with real-world skills, promoting employability and fostering leadership, especially among women. This session is collaboratively organized by DG Samaksh, a company that empowers business through data and technology. We offer a wide range of services, including IT, software, data science, research, consultancy, data analytics, and marketing. In today's fast paced corporate environment, technical skills alone are no longer enough. What truly differentiates professionals in their ability to present themselves with confidence and build a strong, memorable personal brand. Workplace confidence is the foundation of effective communication, decision making, leadership, and collaboration. When individuals believe in their abilities, they actively contribute ideas, take initiative, and handle challenges with resilience. Confidence also influences how others perceive your credibility, competence, and potential. On the other hand, professional branding is about shaping the way professional world sees you, includes your personal strength, communication style, and unique impression you create through your action. We are truly delighted to welcome Ms. Hetal Gathani, an inspiring professional and today's distinguished speaker. Ms. Gathani has completed her CFA and DFM. She began her career as a research analyst and after a sabbatical of 16 years courageously transitioned into the world of corporate training. Today, she works as a freelance trainer for college and corporate specializing in delivering an engaging, impactful training session, designing tailored programs that resonate with diverse audience, simplifying complex concepts with easy motivating teams and achieving excellence, creating an environment of continuous learning and growth. Her dedication and passion, unique ability to empower individuals make her the perfect speaker for today's session. Without taking much of your time, let's warmly welcome Ms. Hetal Gathani to lead us through today's valuable session on building confidence and personal branding on workplace. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nilanjana, and good morning, everyone. Today, we are diving into two powerful skills. So that is building confidence and personal branding. These are not just buzzwords. They are career escalators. So before we start, let's do a quick check-in. I want every one of you to write in the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel at work right now? I want every one of you to write on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel at work right now? I want everyone to reply. Let's make it an interactive session. 9. Wow. 6. Okay. Thank you everyone for attending this session. And I would let's do a small activity which is known as my superpower. What is your superpower? Your superpower doesn't have to be massive. It can be small or an helpful ability. Think of things like listening well, being super organized, or being the person who can always stay calm in a crisis. Okay. I want everyone of you to write your name and against that write one strength or a superpower that you bring to the table. First I would go, I would say my name is Hetal and my superpower is I am well organized and I like listening to people. Can you all share your superpower against your name? Yes, superpower doesn't have to be saving the world. It can be a simple, valuable ability like always remembering names, have a knack of cheering people, whatever you are genuinely good at. So I think everyone has some or the other superpower. Delivering lectures on technical topics. Wow. Others superpower is to learn new things and new skills. Okay, so we have two powerful people over here with two powerful skills, superpower skills. Right now, let's dive into what is confidence and what confidence truly means. Confidence is the belief in your ability to take action. It is not a belief in your ability to be perfect. In the sense, it's not about walking into a room and knowing that you have nailed the presentation. It is about knowing that even if you stumble, you have the ability to recover, learn, and keep going. It's a belief in your resilience and efforts, not the guaranteed outcome. This means everyone, even the most nervous person, can be confident if they focus on their willingness to act. Confidence, is it a skill or a personality type? Can anyone tell me whether confidence is a skill or is it a personality type or a personality trait with? So confidence is a skill and not a personality type. We often treat confidence like something you are born with. A personality trait is like being an introvert or an extrovert, but that's wrong. Confidence is a learnable skill. It is a muscle that gets stronger with exercise. Anyone in this room can become more confident regardless of their starting point. Now let's introduce a concrete area where confidence can be developed and practiced. So if confidence is a skill, how do we build it? It comes from 5 main measurable sources. Can you tell me what are the 5 main measurable sources of confidence? Okay, one is skills. The most fundamental source, having competence in a specific area, gives you faith in your ability to perform that task. Next is practice. Confidence built through repetition and exposure. The more you do something, the less fear and less uncertain you feel. In the sense, when you have a skill, you keep giving presentations one after one. The more you give presentations, the more you speak to people, the more confident you become. On practice, if you are driving a car, for example, earlier when you start driving a car, you are less confident. You feel, array, I may dash with someone, I may cause a small accident. But the more you start driving the car, the more confident you become. Next is positive self-talk. What is positive self-talk? Can anyone tell me what is positive self-talk? You can unmute and also say the answer. Okay, the internal narrative you maintain, that is replacing your negative or self-critical thoughts with the positive ones. For example, if I say while giving a presentation or when I'm ready to give a presentation, if I think that I will mess this up, I am a bad public speaker, that is negative thinking. So instead of that, if I say it in my mind, I self-talk myself that I can handle this. I am a good public speaker, but I need more practice or I can learn more. That is positive self-talk. Next is past successes. What is past successes? Remembering evidence that you have succeeded before. These memories are proof of your capability. Whenever you feel that you are not confident enough to present or you're not confident doing something, think of the past successes that you have achieved. Next is your body language. Using your body language, your posture. That is when you standing tall, your posture, your shoulders are back, your physical presence to influence your own brain chemistry. If you are nervous, and then nervousness can be seen in your posture. But in the meantime, if you are even if you are nervous, if your physical presence is like of a confident person, automatically you become more confident. So take a power pose for 2 minutes before a tough meeting can actually make you more assertive and reduce anxiety. For example, if you have seen many people when they give interview, they have a habit of sitting like this, keeping their hands like this. That is a power pose. Or when you are standing in front of a room full of people, what do? Keep your back straight, have a smile on your face, and you will feel confident automatically. So taking a power pose always helps before starting a tough meeting. Next is think, feel, and act cycle. What is think, feel, and act cycle? Can anyone tell me what is think, feel, and act cycle? Okay, think. What do we think? The moment we think, it reflects on our emotional well-being. What we think, we give a emotional response to that, and we act accordingly. For example, the inner commentary, the assumptions and beliefs about a situation. For example, if I think I am not prepared, what are the emotions that are generated by my thought? That is the feeling that is generated because of that thought. It is that it creates anxiety or fear. And how do I act because of that? The behavior that results from this emotion is that I avoid some task, or I miss out on giving valuable information, or I start speaking fast, or sometimes some become blank. So that is think, feel, act. In the same way, if you are confident, if mentally, internally you think I am prepared, I have done my best, what does this feeling create? What emotional response do you feel? That it gives us calmness, it makes us think logical. And how do we act with that emotion? We speak clearly, we lean in, and we engage fully. So that is think, feel, act cycle, which is the confidence formula. Next is the cognitive behavioral cycle. Like if there is a situation, in that situation, what are the thoughts that you are getting? That thoughts leads to physical responses, that leads to emotional responses, and that leads to a certain action. So this is a vicious circle. This is known as cognitive behavioral cycle. Now I would be giving you a simple example. Tell me what would be the thought that would be going what are the thoughts that a person can think of. For example, Rahul has to give a presentation at work. Okay, and he is nervous. What are the thoughts that are going into his mind? What all thoughts would be going into his mind? The thoughts that he would be having is, I'm going to mess this up. Everyone will think that I am incompetent, my voice will shake, or I'll forget everything. These thoughts, what will it lead to in your physical response? It will lead to heart racing, sweaty palms, stomach churning. These are the things that will have a physical response. And this in turn will lead to emotional response, which will be fear, anxiety, etc. And what are the actions that we come out? What are the actions that you will see in the person who is in this situation is that he will try to avoid a eye contact during the presentation. He will speak quickly. He will rush through the slide, right? So in this situation, we need to think positive. What are the, how can you flip the thoughts? The core of confidence is realizing we can interrupt and rewire this cycle at the thought stage, because the start of this confidence cycle is the thought stage. So we can deliberately choose a more helpful thought, we automatically shift our emotion and most importantly our action. If you think you are inadequate, you will feel nervous and you will act accordingly. If you refuse to accept that first thought and flip it to something more constructive, right, the whole cycle moves in a positive direction. Now what is flip the thought? You provide immediate and practical practice in cognitive reframe. It is a daily tool of switching a disempowering thought to an empowering one. Now I'm going to give you a few negative common sentences that undermine confidence. Okay, can you give me a positive thought for this? Others are better than me. You can write in the chat box the answers, or you can unmute yourself and say the answers. The negative thought is others are better than me. What will be the positive thought for that? No one. The positive thought is I am doing my best. Next is I am going to forget my key points and look foolish in front of everyone. So what is a positive thought that we can create? I know this material well and I've gone through thoroughly. Even if I stumble, I know I can. Just give me a minute, please.
Madam.
Yeah.
These negative thoughts come because of some weakness also, because of less preparation. So we have to again change our strategy, and we have to prepare it fully, and then we can say I am thorough, I have enough, isn't it?
Yes.
Just saying that I am thorough and I have enough material is not sufficient. We have to prepare it again with thorough material, better material.
You need to practice.
Yes, definitely.
So if you don't practice, you don't have that the confidence to say it.
Yeah.
So even if I stumble, I can pause, I can check my notes and regain my composure. The audience is rooting for me, but without practice you won't be even be able to do the same. Okay. Now next is, what if someone asks a question, I don't know the answer? It's impossible to know every answer. If I don't know, I can professionally say that's a great question, I'll look into it and follow up with you. Next is, my voice is shaking and they can all see how nervous I am. It is normal to feel nervous. I will challenge this energy into enthusiasm and passion for my work. Now, before we go into the other part of this, cognitive reframing is not a one-time event. It is a daily tool. And confidence isn't the absence of negative thought, but a conscious choice to prioritize the helpful thought every single time. We have learned that confidence is a skill built on evidence and action. But to build it effectively, we need a map of where we are starting. Because awareness builds clarity, and clarity builds confidence. If you don't acknowledge your strength, you can't rely on them. And if you don't name your fears and areas for growth, they remain a hidden obstacle. So in this, you can try doing. You can note down 3 strengths of you. For example, you are expert in Excel, or you are a great listener, or you are a problem solver. 2 skills that you can improve, wherein giving a feedback or negotiating salary, etc. And 1 confidence fear. That is, will I be able to speak properly? Will I look foolish in front of my boss, etc. You write this down and you work on it. Anyone can share their strength and fear confidence. And how do we do that? You normalize the fear. Acknowledge that the fears listed are common and expected. The goal isn't to eliminate the fear, but to act in spite of it, to overcome that fear. Acknowledge the strengths that you have. Highlight how those strengths can be leveraged to tackle the areas you want to improve. Your 2 skills to improve can now become your practice plan. You know exactly what action you need to take to build that confidence muscle. You can have a 2-minute rule. So we talked earlier about the body language, that you standing tall, your posture and all. But in that 2 minutes can temporarily shift your internal state. Your external posture can change your internal state, mind state. If you stand tall with feet shoulder wide apart, your chin slightly up, it signals power and readiness. Or like an expander, like you lean back in your chair and you raise your hands, that shows that you are open and relaxed posture and you are signaling comfort and control. Now take a skill you want to improve and commit to spending 15 minutes per day practicing the smallest possible component of that skill without judging the outcome of. Like for example, you want to improve public speaking. So a 15-minute habit. What is a 15-minute habit? Spend 15 minutes reading a slide deck out loud to an empty room, focusing on only first few lines or 4-5 bullet points. You speak it out clearly and loudly. So you are actively participating and building this skill in a safe and low stakes environment, which quickly converts into confidence. If you practice it every 15 days, 15 minutes every day, it will help you build your confidence. So what is confident body language and voice? Your upright posture, which I have already spoken about. Grooming. That is the way you groom yourself. When you are giving a presentation, you have to have a formal attire. You have to have an eye contact with your client, your seniors, a clear voice, a smiling face, open gestures, and a firm handshake. Next is assertiveness. What is assertiveness? In some situations, you cannot be passive. You need to have an assertiveness to show your confidence. Like for example, you are delegating work. Okay, if you're delegating work, this client outreach task must be handled this week. This is a passive sentence. How do you convert it into an assertive sentence? Anyone? I need to handle this outreach task this week. Next is following up. So the report is expected to be completed today. How can you make it an assertive sentence? I need the completed report by the end of the day. Explaining a delay. A deadline was impacted by the system outage. So how can you make it an assertive sentence? I delayed the deadline because of the system outage. Point out an error. A few errors were found in the final presentation. Can anyone of you tell me the assertive sentence for this? The assertive sentence is, we must correct the few errors in the final presentation before sending it. Next is suggesting a change. The budget figure would be changed. So assertive would be, I suggest we review the budget for the accuracy. So our brain have a natural negative biases. We remember one failure much more clearly than the 10 wins. So to override this, we need to create a deliberate bank of past successes. So before you go to bed, quickly write down 3 things you handled well today, no matter how small. For example, I kept my cool when a colleague interrupted me. I stuck to my priority list, etc. Whatever you feel, the 3 things that you have done is good. So this isn't about bragging. It's about giving your brain evidence that when you face a tough challenge, you can look back at your journal and say, I have handled difficult things before, so I can handle this. So confidence isn't magic. It's a result of strategic daily habit. Start with your 2-minute power pause, commit to 15 minutes of low stake practices, and build your evidence with a confidence journey. So today we started by recognizing that confidence is a muscle and not a magic switch. We have redefined it as the belief in our ability to take action, not the belief in perfection. The only thing separating us from a more confident tomorrow is action. Don't wait until you feel ready to take the first step. Instead, take the step and the feeling will follow. So now we would be going to the second buzzword, that is personal branding. So what is personal branding? What is personal branding?
Something special for which you are known.
Yes.
Like Mahatma Gandhi by Satyagrah.
Yes. So it is the story people tell you when you are not in the room. Now Gandhiji has gone, but we remember him for his non-violence, for his satyagraha.
Yeah.
Right? So it is your professional reputation that you have built and managed. So when you buy a product, for example, you already have an idea what that brand stands for, whether it's luxury, affordability, innovation, etc. So personal branding is simply applying those marketing concepts to yourself. Your personal brand is your personal reputation, which is strategically managed. It's a unique combination of your skill, experience, and personality that you would want the world to associate with you. Just like a company creates a brand to sell a product, you create a personal brand to communicate your value to your employers, your clients, or your colleagues. Right? So, what are the key components of personal branding? Can anyone tell me what are the key components of personal branding?
Your strength, in which area you have passion.
Yes. So the expertise, as you said, what you do. So you consistently demonstrate your skills and values through your work. That is your consistency, which is the most important step. You use your online channels like LinkedIn to share your insights related to your expertise, not just to post random updates. So what are your unique skills? What you are uniquely good at? That is your superpowers, which we have already seen our superpowers when we started with confidence. Your experience, that is your professional history and the proven track record. That whether you are able to complete your deadlines before time, on time, or you are a good leader, your knowledge, your specializations. Next is values and personality. That is who you are. Who you are is deciding what you want to be known for. For that, you need to ask yourself, what are my best professional skills? What values do I bring to work? What problem do I solve for others? Like, what are the core values, the principles that guide you to work? Your integrity, your innovation, your leadership, etc. Your brand voice, the tone and style of your communication. Whether you are authoritative, you are energetic, you are empathetic, you are witty, and next is your authenticity, being true to your real self and not creating a fake persona. Next is visibility. What is visibility? Where you share it. This is how you turn those definitions into a clear message. You create a simple elevator pitch or a summary of your value. In LinkedIn, you put your professional degrees, you put where you are working, what you are doing, and what are your core superpowers. So you ensure your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your email signature all use the same key phrases in a professional tone. That is delivering the same message across all channels, LinkedIn, email, public speaking, etc. The content, sharing the valuable insight, not just self-promotion, but you write articles, you comment on it thoughtfully. Networking, that is building meaningful relationships with your target audience. Next is why personal branding is important. Why is personal branding important? It shows the differentiation. It helps you to stand out from others in your line of work, in the same job title or degree. I'll give you an example of an orthopedic doctor. I don't know if you have heard of him, Dr. Anand Joshi. He's a very good orthopedic doctor, but he stands out from others. Why? Because he is specialized into athletics. He treats sportsmen and all. He's an athletic orthopedic. So that is the differentiation that stands out from others. Next is credibility and trust. By consistently sharing your expertise, you position yourself as a thought leader and a reliable authority. Opportunity magnet. What is opportunity magnet? When you stand out from the others, you give your expertise, you position yourself as a leader, you attract opportunities, job opportunities, client projects, and etc. Rather than constantly having to chase. Control your narrative. It ensures the story people tell about you is the one you want them to tell instead of leaving it to chance or assumption. So you have to make a brand wherein your brand speaks and the people speak what you want to tell them. So how to do personal branding? First phase is discover and define your brand. So before you present yourself, you need to know who you are and what you stand. So identify your core identity. That is your strengths. What do you exceptionally do well? What professional or technical skills set you apart? What are you genuinely passionate about? What are your core values? Your innovation, community, integrity, etc. Your brand should align with these values and passions. Unique value proposition. What is that? Summarize what unique problems you solve or value you provide. This is often called your brand statement or elevator pitch. Now, next is define your target audience. Who do you want to reach? You want to reach your employers, your clients, your industry peers, or customers. What are their needs, their goals, and pain points? Your content and message must be relevant and useful to them. Determine your brand voice and keyword. What is the desired tone and style of your communication? Whether you are professional, you're witty, you're inspirational, you're direct, etc. What are the 3 or 5 keywords you want to be known for in your industry? Use this consistently across all platforms. Next is phase 2. What is phase 2? Phase 2 is building your presence. Once your foundation is solid, you need to create a visible presence. So for that, you need to create your home base. What is a home base? A personal website or a blog that gives you full control over your content and messaging, making it the best long-term home for your brand. You ensure your professional profile, especially LinkedIn, are fully updated. Use a consistent high-quality headshot and feature your brand statement or your UVP. Now choose and optimize your platform. Don't try to be everywhere. Choose one or two main platforms where your target audience spends most of their time. For example, LinkedIn is for B2B or a professional presence. YouTube is for video tutorials and Instagram is for visual content. Make sure your visual identity, that is colors, font, logo, personal mark, and all messaging are consistent across all channels. If you see, there are few sites or few YouTubers who post a story giving a small reel and then they tell you please click on this to see the full video. So that is the visual content. Next is develop a content strategy. Be a creator, not just a consumer. Share valuable and original content that solves your audience's problems and offers unique insight. Balance content type. Make short form updates, that is quick tips, with long form content, that is articles and in-depth videos and case studies. Like I just now gave you an example that people post reels which are short and then you have to click on the link and you can see the in-depth video. Be consistent. A regular posting schedule is vital for building anticipation and brand recall. Next is phase 3. What is phase 3? Grow and maintain. A personal brand is a continuous effort. So for that you need network and engagement. So for online, don't just post the content, engage with others, reply to comments, answer to their DMs, and participate in industry decisions. Community is built in the comment section. For offline, you need to attend industry events, conferences, and meetups. Public speaking and offering expert commentary can significantly boost your visibility and credibility. Be authentic and provide value. So your brand should reflect your authenticity and sustainable version of yourself. People connect with genuine individuals. Always focus on providing value to your audience for free. Generosity with your knowledge builds trust and positions you as an expert. Monitor and redefine. Periodically ask for feedbacks from your trusted colleagues or mentors or clients on how they perceive your brand. Track what content performs best and use the platform and analytics to understand what resonates most with your audience. Then adjust your strategy accordingly. Next is why in today's competitive and digital world, personal branding is very important. Every interaction shapes your brand. Make each one intentional, authentic, and aligned with who you want to. Your personal brand is your professional identity. Own it, refine it, and let it open doors for you. Thank you everyone for sharing, for coming and attending this session.
Madam, one thing, when we say our professional identity, it changes from place to place. If I have gone to a village, they will know me as a Lucknowi person has come. Lucknow wala. I am from Lucknow. So it depends upon the place to place also. The same brand, same thing. It may not be say that this is Lucknow wala in Lucknow, but in a village you will say Lucknow wala.
Yes.
The personal brand changes from place.
Yes, sir, that's right. Anyone else? Over to you, Nilanjana.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your incredible and insightful, engaging session. Your guidance on confidence and personal branding will surely help all participants grow professionally and personally. On behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation, I extend heartfelt gratitude to our speaker and to everyone who joined us this morning. Let's continue learning, evolving, and empowering each other as a community. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead.